Hello, this is Evan.
Hey guys, this is Robert.
And welcome to the Atlas Nova podcast. This is what we'll dub the Friday edition, where we're a little bit more loose. We just kind of talk about whatever. We just discuss whatever's on our minds, whatever's ailing us. What's ailing you, Robert?
I don't know if anything's ailing me, but there's some good changes going on, or at least some things that stirring up that look good. We've got Destiny 2 patch changes coming up at the end of this month that look pretty good for the most part.
I believe they're coming out on the 29th, right?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. There's so they're changing a lot of the supers. They're bringing back the old supers, so they'll be as strong as the new ones that were introduced with Forsaken. Yeah.
Well, they're even buffing some of the ones that they brought that sucked, like basically the Hammer Titans.
Yeah, that was terrible.
So finally, really Hammer Titans are going to get a little love. They're buffing their previous supers on top of the one that they added, which is Hammer Sol. What's the one where you swing your thing around?
You're talking about the Maul. I don't remember what the hell it's called, but yeah.
Yeah, you basically swing your thing around in a 360 and you just smack people.
Yeah, and then you do like the hammer smash with your heavy strike. Yeah, that should be nice. Hopefully it like encompasses a 360 like AoE instead of just in front. I know that they are mentioned something with the firestorms that you shoot out are gonna track or do a little bit more damage or something like that. So Titans looking pretty good for Titans.
Yeah, it's also they're finally knocking Warlocks down a little bit. They're gonna debuff some of their supers, hopefully.
Oh yeah,
specifically Nova Warp.
Yeah, Nova Warp. So I think the charging it, like holding down the R1 or R2, whatever the button is for the Nova explosion to happen, costs more. You move slower. You don't have as much damage reduction in it. It obviously does less damage because you can't kill other people and their supers with the Nova Warp in one hit anymore.
Okay, good.
Granted that they have like some resistance, I think is what was the caveat to that. So it was like if you have some void. If you've got void resistance on your armor, like that useless fucking like masterwork thing on your armor, you can actually like survive that stuff. So yeah, they're finally being brought down a peg, which everybody knew was coming. It's well deserved. They've been running a little too rampant. I know people are like, oh well, in competitive, it's like but not everybody's playing competitive. Not everybody has a group of 4 people total who can get in there and kick ass and team fire that Nova Warp guy. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
In quick play is where it's fucking egregious. It's just all the time you'll see Nova Warp and you might as well just jump off the fucking cliff. I see people do that, even to me when I pop my super Night Stalker. They see me coming and they're like, nah. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to kill you myself just to fuck you over.
Well, speaking of hunters, their oh shit super, their oh shit button is going to get knocked down a peg, but in probably a really good way. Basically, so what I really mean is the knives. What are they called? The blades?
Blade Barrage.
The Blade Barrage is, I guess what I heard and understand is it's the initial damage isn't coming from the knives themselves, it's coming from the explosion, and that can actually cause splashback damage on the caster now. Yeah. So it's literally not a no shit button anymore.
Yeah, which I don't like because they did the same thing with Nova Warp. Or not Nova Warp, Nova Explosion or Supernova. The one where you like slow throw it and it would explode near you. I don't remember if it affects them anymore, but I remember they tried doing that and then they fucking went back on it and they're like, no, people don't like that. So they did it with Hunters, and now I'm sure Hunters are going to be like, this is fucking stupid.
Well, let's hope that people can actually... It forces people to use a different super now.
I agree. I do think Blade Barrage is a little too strong, and I think it's... too many Hunters use it as an oh shit button. But it's kind of like the same thing with Titans. I forget what their top tree is called. But that oh shit button of the slam, like, you can oh shit button all day with yours, and it does no damage, and it leaves pulsating AoE damage behind you. So if I've done it a couple times and I fucking hate it, but that's just me being a gooby. I would run into it and it would like tick twice and I would be dead. I'm like, great, because I didn't see that. I'm dumb. So I think the oh shit button, I think it just needs to do less damage.
Yeah. Well, the Defend Titan is a little bit... I've definitely tried to, like... I've popped my super. I've been coming down with that at first initial slam as a striker, and I've been killed before I can even land that thing.
Then you must have had no health, because you get bonus armor during that, or you must have been in a higher point.
Maybe.
Because,
It's
there's no way.
It's not infallible, is my point.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way that, like, one person can take you out while you're trying to slam.
But with Blade Barrage, it's so quick that you hear it and you can't even, like, focus fire the guy to kill him before you're already dead.
I've done it, though. So that's why it's so situational, is that as long as you have one other person not being a gooby and their reactions are pretty good, dude, you, like, because a lot of hunters are dumb, dude. Oh my god. Their, like, oh shit button is like, I'm running around the corner and then I'm just going to pop it. If you're already shooting at that corner, then it takes like half a second to go and point it directly up and then just waste him. It's hard and it's not all the time, but that's why it's called an oh shit button. Yeah, I don't know what they could do. Maybe shorten the range, reduce some of the super armor, well, I was going to say maybe they can make the animation a little bit longer, but I guess they're already kind of remedying that with the daggers not being the initial damage and its explosions.
Okay.
But so I want to know is, like, what's the time, like, duration of that? Because is it like a second? So you throw it, the animation, and then the daggers fly, and then they hit the ground, and then they explode. How much time is between you doing the animation and the daggers actually exploding? Because if it's enough, then you can, like, get around a corner or something like that. But even then, the explosion still may hit you.
Maybe. We'll have to see what happens when the update goes live.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, that ought to be interesting. You're right, it does need a nerf, but, dude, we needed a super for so long, and I think that's why it's so prevalent right now in Crucible, is because you have other classes, like the Nova Warp, although just recently introduced, has just been running amok. Then you have Titans with their Titan Slams. Not so much their Sentinel Shield, although the tracking on that thing is fucking goofy. Yeah, so we needed an oh shit button. I don't know if this was the right oh shit button.
I don't know. All I know is you don't use it.
Yeah, I don't use it because it is kind of like... It's a little too easy mode.
Yeah. Because
of that reason. Like, if I wanted to, I would just do it and run super mods and just go... And a super helmet and dynamo boots. And then just run in and just super... Get my super back, run out and super... And it's cool and it's really fun, but it takes some of the challenge out of it. So...
Exactly.
I mean, I know Night Stalker's not any better. That's why I was thinking about switching the gunslinger. The only problem is it doesn't last long enough. So that's why I'm hoping with the new change, it's still not gonna, like, increase the duration. It gives you one more bullet, but the thing is, it goes really quick. So it's just like, maybe I'm thinking maybe they could have increased the duration for the 6-shot, maybe a second or two. Because there's times where, like, I pop it and, like, there'll be an enemy that's right there, he dies, and then there's nobody there until I get to their spawn, and then it's like, and I was barely able to pull off one, and then I get murked, because I'm like,
yeah,
it's just timing. That's bad on my part, but it's still kind of frustrating.
Yeah, but it is a one-hit kill. So, if you miss, it's your own fault.
It's true. Yeah. I think in the patch notes, they did say that you're supposed to get that super faster. So that ought to be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you can get it faster and then you can stack super mods to get it even faster, dude. I see a lot of golden guns. That might change the meta up quite a bit.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe it'll thwart shotgunners.
Yeah. They do need to nerf Nightshade or Night Stalkers though.
Yeah.
For sure. I play the hell out of it just because I was playing it before. And I was like, this playstyle is so much fun. There's no way that they're not going to buff the super. It's a little too much. Taking 2 golden shots to be killed invisible is just a little much. I don't think
Yeah.
anything should absorb 2 golden gun shots. Unless it's like a Titan with the Dawn of War. That bubble can take 2 or 3 shots. That totally get it.
Okay.
But a fucking hunter and stealth absorbing 2 shots
It's a little silly.
Yeah, that's too much, man.
Yeah, I know this is a space opera with robot people, but let's be a little bit more realistic, Bungie. Come on, 2 shots of a golden gun?
Yeah, I don't know.
Christopher Lee didn't need 2 shots. He only needed the 1.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I'm curious to see. That's coming in 2 weeks now.
Yeah, just about.
It's the 15th.
So I'm looking forward to it. I think there's going to be a lot of positive changes.
Me too. I think that there will be. There's enough. I'm curious to see what's happening in the future, a little bit more in the future, now that Bungie's alone.
Yeah. Well, this will really set the tone for this year for Destiny players at the very least.
Yeah, so I was thinking, Destiny is a developer, right? I'm not retarded?
Destiny is a developer?
Right. Yeah? No?
Bungie is a developer.
I'm sorry. Yes, Bungie is the developer.
Yes.
So does that mean that they might go with a different publisher? Or do you think that they'll try to do it on their own?
No, they're going to try and do it on their own.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah. Yeah, so... And that's what I was saying in the last podcast, is they not only have to publish their own game now, they have to keep developing it, they have to market it.
Right, I didn't know if it was like 100%. They were like, we're not going to go with anybody else, we're just going to drift our own way.
Yeah, and supposedly they tried to do this for a little while after they left Microsoft, and I don't know how that worked out, because I don't know that era of Bungie.
Not good, because I don't think anything came from it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, did they immediately just saddle up with Activision?
Maybe, because I'm trying to think. They would have hyped the Bungie whole thing up. They would have been like, Bungie's alone and Bungie's making their own game. But I don't think that ever happened. They just went straight to Activision because they thought Activision was going to be their saving grace, and they were going to be like, yes, have all the freedom, make your game.
Right.
And they, just like Microsoft.
Yeah, they probably realized their new IP was going to be too ambitious, so they needed some help. But now that their IP is established, maybe they feel that they can finally okay, let's try and do it on our own again.
Yeah, so the whole too ambitious, when I hear too ambitious, I think of projects like Star Citizen, where that is too ambitious to the point where it just doesn't seem realistic, and the reason why they're continuously working on it is because it isn't realistic. There's so much to do in that game, and that game is so vast that they're constantly working on it, and it's been in development for a really long time. I just don't see that living up to the hype. It looks cool, and it seems awesome, but dude, I don't know. Do you know anything about Star Citizen?
I really don't, other than the name.
Okay. Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, I know that.
It's like Elite Dangerous, just even larger on the scale. Like fucking stupid large.
It's like Elite Dangerous, but Eve.
Yeah. It's like Eve, but you can get on the planets and stuff like that and actually do shit on them. And like ride buggies and ships on the planets.
That is ambitious.
Yeah. And then there's like a shit ton of ships, a shit ton of like spacecrafts and stuff like that, and trading, and then there's like an FPS mode. There's obviously dogfighting mode, so it's just like, we'll see. And apparently it costs like a fuck ton, like to even beta test some of the ships.
Really?
I mean, like thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah.
This sounds like a scheme.
Yeah.
This sounds like a scam.
And maybe I'm wrong. Next week they'll be like, and it's finally coming out at the end of this year. And it's amazing, but it's something that I've been interested in because it does seem cool. I kind of want to play a space game in the same vein of that, like No Man's Sky, where I can go off and do my own thing.
Yeah.
But run into those people. But goddamn, it seems like one of those games. It does seem like Eve, where it's like, y'all better sit hid in the books because this shit is extreme. And I'm like, ugh.
When a game becomes your second job.
Yeah, it's a little too rich for my blood.
Yeah, a little bit. What's supposed to also come out later this year, Death Stranding, and I've yet to see the evidence to provide that claim.
Man,
Because you want to talk about hyped games.
Yeah.
Overly ambitious games.
So the hype for that, I don't know. I just don't know. I honestly have no comment because I don't really want to, like, people to just be like, he's a fucking idiot. I love Kojima's dick in my mouth. I think that hype train might be riding a little bit too much on that. Because it looks really fucking interesting. But that doesn't mean it's going to be a good game. And it doesn't mean that all of a sudden he's still going to be making great games. Because the last one that he did was Phantom Pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people liked it for the most part, but it was like...
It was divisive.
Yeah, it was divisive, and it was veering off a little bit too much into, like, open world weirdness, whereas people were, like, looking for more of, like, a linear thing.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it's going to go even farther into that and lose a lot more of what Metal Gear or Kojima's known for. Which isn't a bad thing, because I know that he said that, like, he doesn't want to always be attached to Metal Gear Solid. Not necessarily attached, but synonymous with it.
Yeah.
He wants his name to be known for, like, a lot of good things, not just, oh, you did Metal Gear, which I don't think is a fucking problem.
No, it's probably not. I think he should just direct movies and get over it. He wants to be a movie director so badly.
Does he?
Yeah. I mean, well, he went to film school, and then he kind of fell into video games, and then he just kind of started combining the two passions. But, you know, all of his games are so cinematic now. Why doesn't he just make a movie?
Yeah. Could do a nice little, I mean, he probably want to do, like, a real one, but a nice, like, CGI movie. I'd watch it. That'd be sick.
Yeah, bring in motion capture. I don't care.
Yeah. Get Norman Fetus in it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly. Hire back Troy Baker. But supposedly, not supposedly, this is actually is a fact. Kojima, Guerrilla Games, which are the guys who did Horizon Zero Dawn, and that game, they have an engine. When Kojima lost access to the Fox engine, and he's like, "Oh well, I need something comparable." So he went to these guys and he used their engine. And that was 3 years ago, and so it's been in the news that he returned back to them to be like, hey, thanks for letting me use your engine. I'm going to show you the first 2 hours of gameplay from Death Stranding. And they were just, I guess the overall experience was everybody was speechless, and they enjoyed what they saw.
So he didn't decide to do his own engine again this time?
No, building an engine is time-consuming and costly.
I mean, Kojima is the guy that would be able to do it. He's got fuck tons of money. He's got Sony backing him.
Yeah, I think he just feels he needs to get a game out right now. Maybe he'll do another engine. Personally, I think the Fox engine is the greatest engine ever made, and it makes me incredibly mad and sad that Konami just sits on that thing and they just have it in a basement. And the only other thing that engine has ever been used for was making a shitty zombie game that nobody bought.
Oh, yeah.
That they had the audacity to charge for extra save files for.
Yeah, it was like $10 per save file.
Yeah, that's
10.
That's dirty,
Ugh.
Konami. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I really. If it lives up to any, how can you hype up a game that you have no idea what it's about, really?
Yeah, so that's why it's interesting, because it's very like psychological mind fuck. This is really weird. Now I'm intrigued because it's so weird. Yeah. But it's just like, what else does it do? And it's just like, well, it's weird. Aren't you weirded out? It's like, well, yeah, and I want to know, but like, what's happening? Weird shit, man. And you're just like, okay, well, you're losing some money here. At least in my bank. I'm just kind of like, we'll see. I'm less interested. I have it on the back burner, and I'm not like Cyberpunk 2077 where I'm like, ooh, we got some new tidbits. I'm excited. Whereas with Death Stranding, I'm like, here's another cryptic video that's not going to fucking tell us anything. There's going to be a lot of fetuses and like weird shit, and it's just going to go nowhere.
At least with Cyberpunk, we actually know what the gameplay and the gameplay circle is. Right. The gameplay loop, as it were.
So we know what the loop pretty much is.
New missions, you buy more stuff for yourself to build to get your robot arms.
Your basic RPG and what kind of paint they've applied to it is what we know. Yeah. Whereas with Death Stranding, it's just like, it's weird.
Your you've got packages, sometimes people you're carrying around to other places, and you see one gun at the end of one of like the second trailer, third trailer, and not to say that you need a gun in your game to make it good. There wasn't any guns in God of War.
There was some guns. There was some guns.
Oh, big Kratos guns.
Can't forget those boas.
Oh, dude. Do you think there'd be a time jump at some point in the new God of War series where we see Atreus just like fucking cut, just yoked like his dad,
and he's like, "Nose boy." He's like, "Oh God." Man, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
I would love it if they. I mean, maybe like as a joke video or something, made like an alternate universe where it's like 10 years in the future. And it is something like that, where it's Atreus, and he's just making Kratos do all this shit, and Kratos is all like
Kratos
old and like
a
saggy.
cane.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
I'd watch that.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of good memes out of that series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the whole boy thing. I'm glad that that's still kind of going. It's been over 6 months now, and it's still a thing.
For sure. I think the Game Awards thing, like that, it kind of put it back on the map. Because it was still relevant, sort of relevant when he did that. And then he was just like, "Read it, boy." And everyone was like, "Oh, shit." And, yeah.
The crowd goes wild.
Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah, that was interesting seeing both the voice acting. I didn't know it was an actual kid.
Oh, no?
No.
Yeah.
Because, the voice acting, the actual performance they got out of that kid was actually really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
sometimes you can't tell with kid actors.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, the first, 30 minutes, I want to say, of when you're fighting the ogre, the giant, and, he gets all, upset, and he's, cutting him up, and he's, yelling and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's, a lot of heart in it.
Yeah, that was felt.
Yeah. And that's
maybe not so much when he was being a prick halfway through the game, but that whole story beat was a little weird.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, he's still a little fucking kid.
Yeah.
I agree. I didn't really dig that whole story beat, but at the same time, it made sense.
Yeah, here's the thing. I liked that story beat, but it felt a little rushed. But I ultimately give it a pass because of the talking to Kratos gives him when they're in Helheim. He's just basically like, "Look, we didn't have to fucking be here if you weren't such a little bitch right now." So he's just like, "So stop it." And Atreus is like, "Okay, Dad."
I'm sorry, Daddy. No, Daddy, no.
But that's such a great sequence, especially when Baldur's just like, "Haha, we're going to Helheim," and Kratos is like, "So be it." And Baldur's like, "Wait, what?"
He's like, "Oh shit."
Oh, God, it's such a good game.
God, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, go out and play God of War.
Yeah.
Again, if you have played it 3 times already.
Yeah, I just still play it. It's awesome. It's worth the playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably on sale by now.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Mm-hmm. Most games go on sale within 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if they don't do good, it's on sale in the same fucking week, and you're just like, dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
Battlefield 5.
Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Oh,
is it still doing terrible?
I think it is.
I just figure that it's in its own ball of shittery and fuckery, and then I just don't even pay attention to it anymore.
Right.
I'm just like, you guys are perpetually fucking up, and I'm not too interested, but I'm still kind of still fucky. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, so many people are just, they're making so much money off of the ill will that
whales
that game has garnered. There's just so many YouTubers out there who just they're still screwing up the game, and here's why, and here's why you should be outraged over why. And I'm just, this 76 horse has been beaten to death, in my opinion. I just, and trust me, I've been waiting for Bethesda to fall apart for years.
Yeah.
I have been an outspoken, I buy Bethesda games because they sometimes make good games, but I've been very outspoken that Bethesda is not like the holly jolly company that their fan base thinks they are.
Yeah. Well, I think the last 2 games that they did, Doom and Prey.
Well, they just published those. Doom was done by id Software.
That's right.
And Prey was done
Arkham,
by the guys who did the
Arkham Studios or something like that.
Arcane Studios.
Arcane Studios, not Arkham Batman on the brain.
That's okay. H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
I mean, the last game that they actually probably made that came out was Skyrim? No, Fallout 4. Fallout 4, yeah.
And even then, that's when it was like, it was showing its age, because it was like the same engine, I think, and then the story was just really just this like, yes, no, maybe, walk away.
Yeah, there really wasn't any. You didn't have any input on the way the world.
There was no meat and potatoes to that story.
Yeah,
and there's no dialogue with it.
There's no player choice or player agency.
Yeah, and I mean, it was still fun. I still played it, but like it was very apparent once you got like within an hour or two, you're like, man, all these are the same. I guess this is how it's gonna be. Which reminds me, I don't know if we talked about. We'll have to look it up because I can't for the life of me remember. But there's the original creators of Fallout are doing their own space.
Oh
game.
Yeah, Obsidian, Outer World.
Yeah,
that looks fun. You know, skeptically optimistic. I just feel like it's a little too jokey.
Yeah, agreed.
But you know, hey, if they can actually, if you can talk to a character in the game that feels like they're flushed out and they have like weight to them, and you're actually making choices with that character other than just a radiant wheel with 3 or 4 different loops on it, I'm all for it.
I agree.
Yeah, and Obsidian, they've nailed that on the head so many times with like Fallout New Vegas and the first 2. I mean, you're either into the first ones or you're not. They're isometric. They're totally very 90s. Yeah. But they know how to make a deep game.
Oh, for sure. And that'll be interesting to see the RP being put back into the RPG of the game. So, that'd be cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, otherwise you're just playing the game?
Yeah, I mean...
Role-playing game.
You're not... Because there's no role-playing with a yes or no. Imagine, like, if you were playing Dungeons & Dragons with someone, and you were like, Gork the Barbarian, what do you want to do next? And he's just like, go there. And you're just like, dude, you're really sucking the life out of this. Yeah. Yes. Are you going to be like this all night? Yes. I hate you.
That was me during D&D games. I played D&D with like 10 people at a time, and so it took forever to you couldn't delegate anything.
Why would you play with 10 people?
Because that's just the group I got thrown into.
Okay.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Literally, it took an hour just to figure out how to get into a room. Because the room's just like, hey, there's like poison on the knob or something. What else do you want to get in there?
Piss on the knob.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah, I feel like 4 people would be a nice, good round number for that.
Yeah,
10. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I'm just thinking of like all the RPing, if you guys even went that far, and you're just sitting there and you're just like, well, I'm number 1 and we're on number 3. And you're like, I might as well go to the bathroom, but if I do, I'm gonna miss some stuff. And it's just like there's so much like memory retention for everything for the DM.
Dude, one battle took practically all night.
Yeah.
Just to be, so you would sit there for probably like easily a half hour, just being like, okay, I'm waiting for my turn to come back up, and this guy is just like, they would just get into arguments too. They were a fun group of people, mainly because some of them did RP their character, and they're like, I'm a chaotic madman, and I'm just gonna sacrifice this person. So
what the fuck?
I'm sure if I was that person, I would be saying what the fuck too. But...
Yeah, I'd be like, dude, what is this? I want to keep playing.
But then that snowballed into like, oh well, fuck this guy. We're gonna sacrifice you instead. And
I'm
he's
sure.
Just like, look, no. And he tried to walk his way back out of the situation.
He's like, nah, man, you don't know what he was gonna turn on us, and you're just like,
yeah. He's just like, look, I'm chaotic neutral. Look, what do you understand about chaotic neutral?
You're like, all right. Sacrifice his ass.
Yeah. So that was fun, I guess. I stopped doing it after the third one. I know Corey DM'd one of them after I just decided not to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he had fun. And then Bart did it too. But no, I think we had a... Man, are we going down a D&D rabbit hole? Let me finish this thought. Our DM would like totally get into character. He was one of those guys, and I think that's the reason I stuck with it for 3 rounds.
Gotcha.
Is because he made it fun. Like he'd be, you walk into a tavern and the goblin approaches you. Yeah, what do you want? And you're like, do a dance goblin. He's like, fuck you.
Goblin's hostile. So yeah, there was the Metro Exodus thing. I don't know if you've seen any of that.
I haven't seen it. I've played. I think it's the second one. What's that one called? Something Lights?
Last Light.
I really liked that game. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I played them both. They're both really fun. They're coming out with Metro Exodus. God, I don't remember the month. Sometime this year. But they did a special edition called the Artium edition.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's only 10. They're only making 10. So Bethesda, take some notes for sure. You don't have to only do 10 though. Anyways, there's only 10. They're handcrafted, like legit handcrafted, not like, hey, try our rum Nuka-Cola. No.
Right.
It comes with, do you remember the little lighter?
Yeah.
It comes with a fully functional lighter.
Sick.
Yep. It comes with a gas mask with a filter.
Uh-huh.
It comes with the fucking watch, and it's fully functional.
Oh!
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
That's pretty neat.
It comes with a leather map of the game as well.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. And I believe from what I've seen, because it was just announced a couple days ago, the only way to, like, get it is by winning it through, like, purchasing it through websites and, like, entering a raffle.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not like you buy it or anything. It's just it's authenticated. The original creator of Metro did the like trailer video for the Artium edition release.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's sitting there going through all the stuff.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, dude, it's really fucking cool. I like it. It made me really giddy because I was like, this is how the fucking author of the book should have been, whatever your fucking Witcher name is.
With The Witcher.
Yeah, and I was just like, this guy fully embraced it. And he's like, I signed all 10 of them, like, physically and not printed and stuff like that. It's really cool.
And that guy also called out the Witcher guy.
Yeah.
On social media, he's like, dude, bro, come on.
Yeah. He's like, man, you need to get your fucking balls out of your wife's purse and chill the fuck out.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, it was.
That's right. There's no hyperbole to that.
No.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, so I think it's great. I think that's a really good move. Maybe 10 is a little bit limited, but whatever. It's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
Everything is handmade, or at least, yeah, actually produced in high quality. The watch looked pretty cool. It looked pretty big. I don't know if we'll ever see, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10 chance see someone walking around with the fucking big, like, watch. Looks cool. The fucking lighter is what I really wanted.
Yeah.
Dude, made out of, like, a shell casing. That's sick!
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. I love that. Yeah, so I'm definitely I'm gonna try. With the other millions of people who are trying, who knows, you might win.
Well, the Metro series is one of those series. It's a post-apocalyptic type one.
In Russia.
And I can't remember it's an alien invasion?
Yeah, so there's like an alien invasion going on.
And so people are basically forced underground into the Metro system, i.e. why it's called Metro.
Right. And then there's like the nuclear fallout and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I don't know about the first one, but in the second one you can go out on the surface, and that's where the gas mask with the cartridges comes into play, because you need to constantly switch them out.
You have a gas mask in the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but now you can go above. Exodus is cool because it's obviously like that, but now you have your backpack, so you can like craft shit on the go.
Oh, neat.
Yep. Artyom stepping his game up.
Nice stuff, Artyom. I'm proud of you, boy.
Yeah, looks pretty fun. The game looks. I think all the Metros always looked really well done, well polished graphic wise.
Yeah.
So, geez, that's another reason why to upgrade your GPU.
Yeah.
Fucking bastards.
For those guys. Yeah. Well, think GPU prices will drop eventually?
It's funny because I saw some article that was talking about how, like, oh, right now is the perfect time to, build a computer. Everything is a good price. And everything seemed like a good price except for the GPU.
Right.
And
right.
if you run anything higher than 1080p resolution, it was just like, you're going to have to drop like $800 to actually get some high frames. And I was like, dude, fuck this. I don't know. I think I might see how much my GPU is worth and just sell it.
Okay.
And then try to cover the cost for it, because it's too much for one single component. $800 to like $1,500 is
like that's like a quarter of the machine right there.
Yeah, exactly. But on the plus side, there is Alienware is selling a pre-made. It's called the Aurora, I believe, a pre-made PC for like $1,300 or $1,400.
Right.
And it comes with the GTX 2080, and that's one of the $800 cards.
Oh, okay.
So if you need a PC and you've got the cash, if any of the listeners
is it a
care,
tower?
Yeah, it's a full-on like built PC.
Okay.
And it comes with. I don't think the processor is that great. I think it only comes with 8 gigs of RAM.
You can swap that out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, you're kind of doing it just to get the GPU, or
yeah.
Because I was thinking about doing that. If I had some extra cash laying around, I'd probably buy that and just swap the GPU out and pop my 980 Ti into it, and then take the 2080, pop it in mine. Since I'm running at a higher resolution, I'll just give it to Giselle.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got a plan.
Yeah. It's just some shekels because I've got a couple games that I want to get. I think I am for sure going to get Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 3, I have to, man. I've got to fucking finish that.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about getting Onimusha Warlords, but
the remake?
Yeah.
Or the HD?
Yeah, the HD.
Yeah.
It's on PC, PS4, Xbox for like $20.
I think it was also going to be on Switch.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
That's adorable. Well, that game is adorable because it's not very long.
It's not very long.
You could easily beat it in one sitting if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So I might. This thing is just like fucking $120, $140 in games without tax. So it's like spend $160 something and then buy a PC. It's just fucking. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it sort of is. So those are the only games you're looking forward to this year?
Man, I haven't even really looked that far into the future. Besides Cyberpunk, that I know may not come out this year. But I'm looking forward to Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5. Let's see.
Sekiro
I am looking forward to. I want to see. I don't want to. There's a lot of gameplay. I keep seeing that shit where it's like new boss mode or boss fight, and I'm like, who the fuck is playing this and uploading it?
The Chinese.
And how is it not being taken down?
I don't know.
But yeah, I see that, and I'm like, I'm curious, and I want to check it out. But at the same time, I just don't. It doesn't have that Lovecraftian Dark Souls or Bloodborne feel to it. And that's why I really liked those games. Is that we're getting back onto this, and
it's fun.
But that's the point. Is that I like those games because it makes you feel very small.
Yeah.
Sekiro might. I love samurais in that like feudal Japan era. But I'd kind of like to see another like Soulsborne game instead of it.
Right.
In that like era, I guess.
Well, we will. We'll get another something like that,
for sure.
I'm interested to see where this one goes. I don't I see what you're getting at, though.
Like, the prosthetic hand just seems goofy to me. I know I've said that a lot, but it just seems really fucking goofy.
I guess. I don't know.
It's like, oh, it's an X. Oh, you can throw it. Oh, it's a rocket launcher hand. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, maybe if you had talked to me before I liked Phantom Pain, I would have agreed with you.
Sure.
But they give you a prosthetic limb that can do a lot of wacky things in Metal Gear 5.
Exactly, but it's wacky. So that's why it's like, it is in its nature, because of course shooting a fucking rocket hand and be like, woo, and punching people in the nads, it's goofy. I don't see it. I don't know how to say this without sounding like a fucking, like, edgy person, but I want my games to have more darkness to it. And the, like, goofy stuff is funny and I like it, but not as a core throughout, like, the whole game. You obviously don't have to go down that route. There's, like, prosthetic, there's Way of the Samurai, and then there's there's a third, like, tree you can go down. So you don't even have to touch the prosthetic. Goofy to me.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. I really don't know what to make of it. I've only seen one of the boss fights because I know that there's more videos, and I'm just trying to be like, I'm just gonna stay away from it.
Right, just keep it fresh.
Yeah, I don't. Bloodborne might be my favorite game, but I'm not attached to the hip at the Soulsborne series, let alone whatever else Miyazaki does. I have a lot of respect for him, though. I think he gets that gameplay is king.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And that's just the way I was raised, on Super Metroid. There's a prologue at the beginning, and then the rest of the story is just through visual storytelling. There's no other dialogue in that game. And that's just the kind of experience I grew up with. And that's why I like him.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't mean that you can't have other, like, different types, though. Yeah. Because, I mean, having storytelling with full-on dialogue is obviously...
I mean, that works.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Metal Gear series is known for. Too much dialogue, but I still like those games. I guess it just depends.
Yeah.
With, like, certain Zelda games, some of them got, like, the story got a little bit too, like, up its own butt, and there's just way too much dialogue.
Did you watch that, by the way?
I haven't watched it yet.
You still haven't watched it? It's really good.
Okay. Robert sent me, what was it?
There is a video on YouTube that was posted, I want to say maybe 5-6 days ago now, and it is explaining, it's like a video essay, explaining why Zelda Ocarina of Time is one of the saddest, if not the saddest games in the entire series.
Really?
And it makes a pretty good claim, and a lot of, because I'm like, yeah, there's some sad stuff, but then, like, when he kind of lays it out, and it's a great video format, it's a lot of good editing, it's really well done. If anything, we can probably link it in the description or something.
That'd be great.
Yeah, watch that video. Everybody should watch that video. If you like Zelda and you're like, I could use some lore bits, go for it.
Some more context for this 20-year-old game.
Yeah, and it's cool.
That's
I mean,
so
it's
great.
not... So that's the thing, is it's not anything that you may have not have thought about. It's just put into context and fleshed out. And you start to go, oh.
Well, like how Link is orphaned and how his mother just, like, dies.
Exactly. But it goes farther with that. And it talks about, like, how that has, like, escalated to where it's at. And if he was never like that, it would have never happened. And he's the hero that carries the burden of the world because of that. And it's like, if he wasn't the punching bag, then Hyrule would have been better off for the worse. And you're just like,
that's so true.
You're right. Ganondorf would have came in, fucked your bitch, and just been like, and there's no Link. So, yeah, check it out. It's great.
Well, that's what happens in one of the timelines, specifically for Wind Waker. Is Link the embodiment of the encouragement of courage? Just doesn't show up. And so the King of Hyrule is just like, we gonna flood this bitch.
Yeah. They talk. Maybe we'll watch it. I don't think it's that long. I think it's like 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll watch it after this. We'll link it. If you like Zelda, check that out.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't like Zelda, honestly? It's an institution.
It is.
Anything else before we wrap up?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Let's see. We talked a little bit about Destiny, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to jump back into that.
Uh-huh.
The games we're looking forward to. Oh, Smash. Not too much. A little quick note. Boy, were we wrong about Pichu.
Yeah, okay, so Robert sent me another video. He's like, and he just all he said was dude, ellipsis.
Yes.
And I just watch it. I'm like, okay, what is this? Pichu versus Link? Oh my god, Pichu.
And I don't know if you know this. It's Ultimate, so it's a little bit of a different game.
Yeah.
But that Izaw guy,
Uh-huh.
he's like one of the best Links in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
And he had him stumbling.
Yeah.
Oh, so this Pichu in Smash Ultimate, I was just making fun of him the other day, just being like, why is Pichu still in this game? He hurts himself when he uses his electrical attacks.
Right.
But,
and then I made the comment, I was like, well, it's for just girls.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Oh, man. So I guess the whole thing about Pichu is just pressure. Because we'll link this video, too, because if you're into Smash Brothers and you're into seeing your world get turned right upside down, this guy just handles one of the best Link players.
Yeah, and the way like he combos his what I want to say it's a nair, it's up, it's a juggle into a nair. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, he does. He juggles him a couple times with like a neutral air. And then he gets him off stage, and then he uses his down B, which is his Thunderbolt, and it fucking spikes him down.
Yeah.
And he can't recover. And he does that within like 17 seconds in the first like set.
Yeah.
And he does it like twice within like 30 seconds.
And I think he got in that guy's head after that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, watch the video.
You watch it.
It's like 10 minutes. It's not long.
Yeah, it's not long at all. And it's a little frustrating because you're just like, God damn, he's getting worked. It's like the like same of like a UFC fighter just getting worked within the first like minute, and you're just like, oh God.
Did you see that thing on Imgur where I may have sent it? Oh yeah, I did. I sent it to you guys. I'm like, why aren't we watching this on pay-per-view?
Oh,
and that woman gets like
the two Asian ladies
liver punch.
Yeah,
she gets punched in her liver and she just like goes down.
Yeah, did you read? You probably read the science behind that.
I did. Yeah, I did.
This is fucking crazy.
I'm like, oh.
It's like your liver is like pretty heavily tied to your like nervous system, and if it gets hit, it just goes in shock, and your body is like trying to lay down to like recuperate.
Like your heart rate immediately drops.
Yeah, your blood pressure too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, holy
all
shit.
These things happen because you just get sucker punched in your liver. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and it was funny because when it happened, you could see it in her. She's just like,
yeah. She's like, this match is over.
Yeah. And that bitch still tried to punch her in the head. She's like, no. Yeah, that was a pretty crazy little clip there.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully these Friday shows are a little bit looser and you like them and you're receptive. Whoever's listening to these podcasts.
Yeah.
We'll keep doing them this way.
I was gonna say, regardless, we're gonna keep doing them.
Yeah, we're gonna keep doing it anyways. So I think we'll close it out. My name's Evan,
and I am Robert,
and we will catch you next time on the Atlas Nova. Peace.
Later.